In the bottom right-hand corner, the Terran player.
Pixel 1, FanTaSy.
Carrying the Human Torch. That's the human race. You didn't understand my reference.
It took me, I was like, is he on fire? What's happening? Because you said human torch. Anyway, in the top left-hand corner in the red.
Ooh, too fast.
Oh, man. There it is.
Black Knight.
It's okay.
Armani.
Even professional casters have a hard time sometimes.
Well, I was so busy riffing on your human torch joke.
I should have kept the eye on the prize.
All right.
All right. So ZVT, this is a matchup I do understand well, hopefully.
And we haven't seen Armani send that drone out to
You don't do that in this matchup. That would be crazy. Actually, the Terran player usually does that. It's more blocking your third.
That's true.
TvZ on Cyber Forest in general. So this is Armani's pick. It's a little hard to take your thirds. It's not as like Acropolis-y or one of these maps where you got like a very natural third and then a very natural fourth, and they're all really easy to defend.
Because you have a pretty standard, like a pretty 50-50 option on Cyber Forest as a Zerg player, right? Between taking that base straight down the side of the map or moving into the pocket when they're on the inside of the map.
Zerg, you try to not put your bases in like a triangle, especially if it's BC, because BCs will just float from each base. It's really annoying.
Sure.
Remember we talked about how like if we make our thirds like in a line, it's a little bit harder to attack the natural, for example, because you're kind of surrounded in.
Sure. You can't do that annoying drop from the third straight into the main. Doesn't keep your Zerglings
it doesn't really
forth.
fit the same way for aggression. So we'll probably see him take that third, that normal third that's not... Okay, we do see the SCV. I did say this could happen. So he's going to block the the third.
Yeah.
Now the question is, does Armani take the other third and deal with BCs in a really annoying way?
Ooh, is it definitely going to be BCs?
Well, it could be. I mean, why else block the third? Oh, look at that. He's just going straight for it.
Oh, okay. So has Armani fallen into FanTaSy's trap here?
That's the question.
Ooh, exciting stuff.
It'll be amazing if I can call its BCs based off of an SCV scout.
I would be forever in your debt, man. That would be incredible.
I think the possibility is there, though. It's like a 60% right now.
Okay. I'll keep a tab on that.
Yeah, it'll go up. It'll go up. Trust me.
The natural finishes up. Factory down as well. Should see the starport any second now.
Yeah.
From
There it is.
Okay. 60%. You still at 60%
like
for BCs?
65%.
65. The needle's
This is going to
ticking
be
up.
a tech lab. It'll probably be BCs. The biggest thing you can tell as a Zerg player, from what I've understood and from what I feel, is the way they act with their Hellions. Because Hellions are so important. If you go BC, you can't just lose them. You'll die.
Right.
So they are way more passive. Sometimes they don't leave the natural. This could be because they're playing me and they just don't like moving out. But that's generally what happens when you're playing BC. So we'll see what happens with the first couple Hellions.
That was a really interesting discussion you had with Artosis on In Depth a couple of weeks ago, and you guys were talking about how, as a pro player, you get these feelings,
like gut feelings. Yeah.
You see like a weird Zergling movement or a weird Hellion not scouting, and you say, they're trying way too hard to keep this secret.
Okay, see, these Hellions are a little bit aggro for our battle cruiser, but as long as you don't lose them, it's fine. There's a Viking on the way. We probably would have seen it already, so this is not BC. Nice.
Okay, tick down from 65 to 0.
65 to still 55, because we could just see a random BC at some point.
That's fair. Okay, fair enough.
If a BC comes out, I'm going to be like, well, that's what I meant, obviously. Like a 30-minute BC. Okay, we see Cloak Banshee. Cloak Banshee not as common in this matchup right now.
Sure.
Just in general, it's not as strong. He's going to scout it too.
Yeah. Do you think he'll cancel then? FanTaSy?
Yep.
I see a lot of times the Terran players just start that Cloak, and then as soon as the Overlord gets picked off, cancel it and go into whatever else they were going to go into.
See a Liberator. We didn't even see a Banshee. It's going to cancel the Cloak 100% now.
That's beautiful. So good play there by FanTaSy.
Let's see Stim start too, I think. So we're going to see a bio game.
Okay. I love the Viking Banshee, pardon me. I love the Viking Liberator start here for Terran players against Zerg. I feel like it gives you a lot of positional opportunity. The Viking to pick off the Overlords and sort of hide the map.
Liberators are just great harass because you can shift queue them and attack other places at the same time. If you're going bio, it's nice too. Banshees generally are a little bit more controlling. You have to do a little bit more babysitting with them. They can just die. So this is in general a lot easier to set up, especially with the Hellion pressures.
Is the early layer... Oh, a little run by here, but there's not a lot to pick off.
Is this burrow intentional? Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, there we go.
That's strange. So that burrow is intentional.
Lair finishes up.
Yep.
Baneling Nest finishes up.
Yep.
What's the natural follow-up for Armani?
Drones.
Just drone, baby. All right.
This is like the bare minimum required to survive basically everything. That's what the Zerg setup is, right?
Okay.
This is the units that you can reactively build to defend basically everything, and that's what the Zerg player has been setting up.
And just play the game of drones and hope that you win and not die.
Exactly. So we're playing the game of drones right now. That's why we see so many drones.
Gorgeous. Okay, so Liberator's going to pop in. Armani should pull away soon. Armani, get out of there, buddy. Nice distraction at the front there.
3 drones, 4 drones.
Still not pulling away. Wow, all right. So the Liberator with 4 kills already.
Yeah, 57 workers at 44. He's still ahead economically, but all these drones dying is something that doesn't normally happen as they're usually really good at defending this stuff.
Yeah, continuing the pressure on both sides here. Armani pulling, pardon me, FanTaSy pulling Armani from side to the map.
Oh my god, we're still losing drones.
Wow, 9 kills. Almost got the 10th.
And it gets out. That drone has a near-death experience.
Now, I'm not a math guy, Jake, but 1 Liberator for 9 drones.
It's worth
it.
Yeah, I'm not a math guy either, but that's...
that's easy enough, right?
Yeah, that's easy enough.
That's not an SAT math question at all.
Double engineer, or Evo, and we see 6 more drones, so he's trying to come back economically, but that means he's not building units. There's a little bit of a window here where we could possibly see some aggression while taking a 3rd base.
Wow, okay. Hydra is then behind this. Probably pretty decent.
Yeah, why not?
Lingbane Hydra.
Lingbane Hydra is actually really good if you're behind.
Sure.
Like if you go Lingbane Muta and you're behind, you're like a madman. Like you're just asking to die to like 20 Marines or something.
Just because the mutas don't trade as efficiently, or because they require more micro?
Yeah, they're so expensive, and the Spire takes so long. Like there's just a million reasons why it's like crazy.
Okay.
But Hydras, they're way faster. You can build them a lot sooner, and they're way better supportive unit early on. Like Mutas in head-to-head fight are just so bad compared to Hydras. Hydras are just good units.
Of course.
For support.
So you're happy with what Armani's doing then? Taking that 4th base, everything you would be doing as a pro player.
Double hatch, yep, everything's good.
That's weird. Cancels a lot of those banelings.
Because they were blocking the the rocks.
Okay, really wants those rocks down. Here's a drop from FanTaSy going into the main, so keep your eyes on that drop, guys, on the mini-map as it comes across. I'm going to guess FanTaSy's going to push away at the creep, try and draw the army out just a little bit, and then send that drop in.
Surprisingly, finds a spot where it can actually do stuff.
Well, he's had that Viking clearing out so many Overlords. You know, he's had complete control of the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd think Armani would have something there. A scan to clear out the creep tumors.
In the main?
Okay. Well, you know, the only good creep tumor is a dead one. And FanTaSy knows
I don't think that was worth it, but sure. I'm not FanTaSy, so...
Yeah, okay, FanTaSy still only on 3 bases. The 4th not started yet, it looks like. Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think you need to rush into a 4th by any means, but at the same time, you know, you're just asking to eventually fall behind economically without a 4th.
And burning that scan too, especially in the main base. Just I feel like maybe well, I don't know. These guys definitely know the game better than I do. I can't make that call.
I think you're not completely wrong if you're trying to say you should be a little bit more conservative with the scan. This is obviously an objectively good scan. But like when you're killing 2 creep tumors in the main, that's 300, basically 240 minerals to kill 2 creep tumors in the main.
Yeah, right.
Probably not worth. Other ones are all fine though, obviously.
Sure. Hive Tech.
Hive Tech, yep. It's a normal transition into something greater than Lair Tech, but probably we'll see a pretty passive Armani for the most part.
Okay.
Especially since considering there's no force CC, why ever be aggressive, right?
Yeah, that's very true. And he is out expanding his opponent and everything. And honestly, defending these drops fairly well. The creep spread's still not the worst I've ever seen it at 8.5 minutes into the game, at about halfway across the map.
Yeah. It's a little slow, but at the same time, what can you expect?
Yeah,
like the Terran player is doing a really good job of not just sitting. Like he's doing a really good job clearing creep.
Yeah, FanTaSy's been staying really active on the map, and that's really great to see. I mean, active on the map, and then even in the main, picking off those creep tumors. Can't even have them there. Where can you have a creep tumor?
How far can those creep tumors actually go? Like, all right, so might scan another. Gets 1 creep tumor.
A lot of banelings on the map for Armani.
Yeah, this is important. You need to have a really high baneling count. Looks like we might actually try.
Oh, gonna lose that medevac. That was a good pick off there by Armani, but FanTaSy knocking on his front door here. Another big scan to pick off a lot of creep tumors. He set his tanks up really well to force the Zerg through that choke point.
Do not go through that choke point.
Yeah, that would be
if you're a Zerg player, that is basically, just imagine there's a force field there. Okay, you're not going through that.
2 force fields.
Now, you only need 1.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, you mean in the middle?
I mean, like, figuratively, just imagine there's a force field there, you can't move your army through it.
I thought you were telling me to imagine those piles of rocks were already force fields.
Well, they are.
Which is terrifying enough.
Yeah.
So this is, I love FanTaSy abusing this position on Cyber Force. We talked about this a little before the game when we were talking about King's Cove.
Yeah.
About this very, very narrow choke point, and FanTaSy has his tanks set up beautifully.
Good luck attacking into this here, Armani. It's basically impossible. I think he needs to back up even more and try to get like a flank or something like that. He needs to go into a maxed army and go for the flank. Look at that, perfect timing for a flank. We actually see some kind of rotation. This is a little bit surprising because he had such a good position. It feels weird.
Do you think FanTaSy read that flank coming through? These armies are going to meet there at about the 3 o'clock, 2:30 position on the map there. So let's. Oh man, Baneling's running forward. But
that was a little bit slow though.
Oh, okay, okay.
Doesn't have +2 either, so he can't kill 2 shots.
Doesn't have burrow. That's a shame. Okay.
Losing about 15 links there. He just leaves, backs up, and goes back in it later.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
Anytime bot, though, anytime that FanTaSy isn't just like sieging up and pushing you is a really money well spent.
No.
Okay, we're coming back.
No. Here we
go.
go.
Here we go. FanTaSy goes down. Oh my god. 14 SCVs die immediately.
Oh, that physically hurt me to watch.
This might prompt FanTaSy to kind of be aggressive and attack into him too.
Okay, okay.
That's not necessarily a bad thing for Armani either. Oh my god, especially if you have a nice flank.
Oh, man. So Gumiho trying to put some pressure here on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th base here. He will scan, see what's up. Look at that tank spread
Oh,
back
you
there.
has Vipers. You can't be aggressive into this.
Man.
Those Vipers have full energy too, don't they?
I think so.
Oh, he might actually just lose.
Going to the Medivacs. Oh, this is great play here. That bio, with no Medivacs to support that bio now, every stim counts for FanTaSy. He's got to be very judicious about that.
This is a huge link right. Is that depot going to be left down?
The depot is still down. It doesn't matter. Armani attacking the supply depots. Going to get on top of the tank as well.
Oh, this is a huge deal, though.
And more Banelings rolling in from the top.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. He's going to land on the bio. At the same time, he's dealing with any attacks or any aggression. 6 SCVs go down, and he's trading up for bio. This is really good.
This is deja vu all over again. Armani just doing a great job defending everything he can in this game 1.
62 workers to 82. Economically speaking, he's in a great spot. He's got better tech. Upgrades are coming. He's got an Ultra on the way. He's doing great.
FanTaSy did pick off that base. Is it really consequential at this point, or is it just a little hurdle that Armani's got to jump over?
A hurdle, but not anything more than a hurdle.
He's not going to have any larva problems or anything for losing that one base.
Yeah, he'll be okay. You can just take him another. I would just take 2 bases if I was him.
FanTaSy going up to 3-3. We see the Ultralisk Cavern, chitinous plating coming out for those Ultras. 1 Ultra already in the way, and a Nidus Worm. Just for mobility for the Ultras, sure.
Late game Nidus Worms are just really obnoxious.
Yeah. Ooh, a big drop. There's nothing in the main. Let's see if he can maybe pick off.
He kills every drone here. It's fine. So you have 800 minerals. You can actually just replenish all of them.
Ah, that's true. Queen's shelling away at the...
Queen's kind of annoying, though.
Don't lose a medevac as well. He's already lost so many medevacs this game. Oh, Armani!
Yeah, a bit of a mistake, a bit of a blunder even.
Wow, okay. I mean, he's freeing up supply, right? So he's got more Ultralisks on the way, and a decent, well, he doesn't have a decent bank, but he will start banking up here pretty quickly now that he's back to max.
At this point in the game, we don't really want to be freeing up supply, rather trading it. And that was not a trade.
Okay. I did like he picked off that medevac, though. We see only 3 medevacs now for FanTaSy. And the bio-heavy army that he's going for, he's going to need more than that to
Look
really
at this
support
position.
himself.
Imagine going up. There's like, what, 4 ramps to go up into this tank army?
Geez. 3, yeah, I think. But yeah, man. Baneling's trying to crash into some of the Marauders. Oh, Armani, come on, don't get greedy here.
Yeah, Armani's getting a little bit sloppy with his army control. He's not really giving it the attention it deserves.
Yeah, where are those Vipers? They need to start engaging here.
Look at all these little blunders that, like, all of this adds up.
Just trading away a little bit by little bit.
Here we go. Now we can get some tanks.
Okay, here we go. Blinding Clouds going down.
We're attacking through one?
Blinding Clouds all the way around. Yeah, only 1 tank, but it might just have enough to crash through the beginning here. Ultralisk Hugs going down on all those tanks. There's still a hefty number of Hydralisks back behind this, and even dropping a Nidus Worm into the natural if he gets some of those Banelings forward onto the... Oh, man, Armani.
If he just attacked in a flank, that would have been a million times better.
His Nidus is going to finish up, though, in that natural.
Does it even matter?
Sure.
Look at how there's a ton of bio there.
Yeah,
you might just lose this game right here, right now.
Way.
There's no support for this. Okay, the Nidus finishes. There's nothing in it. 6 links. Ooh. There's a bunch of bio right there. He can just react to it. If he loses this base, that is actually a crucial base because the other base is under attack as well. He might lose both. Ultras are a hold position. He's going to get an Ultra for free. Gets the other base too. I don't see any way of stopping this.
FanTaSy is pulling himself out of this
tank
hole bit by bit. Banelings off of creep, all getting picked off. The tank does go down, but there's still so much bio here for FanTaSy.
Yeah, now we can just reconsolidate our army and go for a huge push. I don't see how we stop this.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Hold position?
Armani with 1 swarm host in production.
That's an accident. Accidental swarm host.
Oh,
pick up.
Man.
Yeah, it's better to pick up and
pick
lose.
up straight into the main. Oh, man, FanTaSy doing so well after a failed attack there from Armani on that high ground position. Armani maybe getting a little bit, I guess, greedy or uncautious.
He just
sloppy?
Just sloppy. Because he wasn't greedy. He was playing passively. He just wasn't controlling his army the way he should have been, or the way he was earlier. Like, all those Link Revives were, like, just bleeding links. He didn't have any flanks, right? He just kind of attacked without thinking about it more. It's a big blunder considering he was so far ahead.
At this point in the game as a Zerg player, you want to have a massive bank, right? You want to be able to do that transition.
You want to be able to trade and be
unexpectedly.
able to rebuild the army.
Yeah, this is, oh man. So Armani not down and out of the game. Surely the game's still, you know, anybody's game.
If the fight goes one way or the other, it's still really good,
Yeah,
right? Like
okay.
if this fight gets crushed by Armani, then obviously that's still incredibly good.
Right.
But the chances of this going one way for Armani are very slim now.
Yeah, we've seen this exact fight before.
Look at this. Look at the split immediately too. There's no fungals. There's nothing here. He's just gonna get picked apart.
Armani has no tech in his army at all, and that's really hurting him.
Oh my gosh.
Man, a couple blinding clouds
Beautiful
going
blinding
down.
cloud.
Gonna force those back though. That's not bad at all. But no Baneling hits to really capitalize. 14 SCVs
Yeah.
going down. Was there a Baneling run by at the fourth base there?
There was.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. There's just too many Marauders. There's not enough support here. Look at the Ultras are basically getting one-shotted.
Those poor Ultralisks getting absolutely
There's
destroyed by those
there's not even
Marauders.
tanks here. It's just bio, and there's not enough here to stop this.
Man, FanTaSy pushing forward to pressure on this fifth base again, and Armani is in a lot of trouble now as FanTaSy continues to trade more effectively and more efficiently over the course of the game.
He picks up his tank. Look at that.
Those two plucky little locusts popping out of the swarm post. You go. Oh, okay.
Didn't do anything, but that's fine.
Oh, they're trying.
Yeah, this game is starting to run away for our FanTaSy. He's getting Ghost. He's got Cloak on the way. His late game is set up much better than Armani's, and he's been trading much better as well.
Nuke on the way as well. 4 Ghosts in production. This is a great transition here from FanTaSy to start nuking that
Starport too.
nuking Armani back.
He's
forcing
even
it back.
playing in case of Broodlords. Like he's just ready.
If it happens, he's so prepared.
He also could just be getting a ton of libs too, but he has the options.
Okay, so Ghost on the high ground here. That's interesting. Going to get a nuke off on the high ground and maybe some snipes possibly on the Ultralisks.
Snipes
But
are the
there's
big
so
ones
much
here.
bio, it
EMPs
doesn't
too.
really matter. Although there's no Marauders mixed into these Ultralisks. If they can get on top of the Marines, it might do anything, but it's all snipes all day from that high ground. Some nice blinding clouds go down from Armani. The Ultralisks aren't going to be able to clean up these tanks. And actually, Armani didn't trade terribly there.
Yeah, he didn't, but all the expensive units got away.
Yeah, all those Ghosts were saved in the medevac. And man, FanTaSy making Ghosts 4 at a time.
Nice. Spine Crawler off the creep.
He's going in to attack that base that he thought Armani had rebuilt, but Armani's like, no, I got other stuff going on. Oh no, our Swarm Host buddy's going to go down. Oh no!
He's actually doing
Oh my god, the
Armani a
Swarm Host
favor.
lives.
He kills that Swarm Host. It's a favor. It's freeing up supply for
Dude, the
something
Swarm
not
Host has
useless.
it has 1 kill now. Come on.
1 kill.
That's a veteran Swarm Host with a track record. He's got a purple heart now. How dare you? Now this Ling run by actually doing some stuff, stopping some mining time, picking off one of the supply depots. It's not much,
Command Center's half HP now,
but
so
it's
that's
something.
good. Yeah, so we're getting into the late game for Terran, where the Terran player kind of just settles, gets ghosts, and nukes, constantly nuke harass while building up the army that's deemed unkillable for them. Like, not deemed that way, but that's the way they're trying to make it, right?
Right.
Trying to make it nearly impossible for the Zerg to trade efficiently. It kind of becomes that way when Zerg doesn't have the massive economy to just throw away units at them.
Right. Now I see Armani shifting in. He's got 4 Infestors on the way.
Yeah.
Burrow on the way. Is this
Good
the
call.
transition you would make?
I mean, I would not get to this point, but sure.
Okay.
If I were to, I think this is where we start going. We go down the Infestor route, we get the Broodlords, we get the Spores, the Spines, we chill, you know?
I've not seen a Spire go down yet for Armani.
Yeah, he is staying a little bit longer on Ultras, and it's probably because the economy is not there to go Broodlords.
Okay.
But look at this. He's going to focus fire all those down.
Unreal. Unreal. FanTaSy doing so well, staying so active on this map. His micro not
Look at how
slipping
many
at all.
ghosts there already. What do you even do against that many ghosts? Like a sick fungal?
That's what you gotta hope for, is the
Yeah.
4 Fester hit squad takes him out, but that's a big dream to have. Cloaked Ghost moving forward, gonna try and
That's
get a
a
nuke
nuke
off
ghost,
on
yeah.
that 5th base. 6th base. I lose track.
It's okay. It's a lot of bases.
Spire finally down for Armani, but man, too little too late almost, surely, right? The scan, the nuke. Oh, look at the Observer. Beautiful work there from the GSL Observer. I hope he gets a pay raise for that.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so nuke has not been stopped. He's pushing in here.
Oh, the nuke's
all
going to
those
go off.
drones.
All the drones, yeah.
Oh. Tremble in fear. I am become death, destroyer of worlds. FanTaSy killing off 13 drones with that 1 nuke. Not even starting a 2nd nuke because he doesn't need it just yet.
Yeah, you don't want to over nuke. That's one thing that a lot of Terrans do. Actually, I remember watching Maru versus Serral and be clearly just being like, Maru actually over nuke. Look at this fungal, though. This is a possible massive fungal.
Oh, baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Look at, he doesn't want it to get away.
Nope.
Oh,
picked
what?
off.
Did he scan that?
He must have. That's a real
Or
shame.
did he come out?
Okay, so nice EMPs going down here, slowing down a lot
Oh
of the...
my god, these Banelings are not really doing what they need to be doing.
Right on top of the Marauders. FanTaSy had such good army position there to protect himself, and now he's going to push Armani back again.
Yeah, all the ghosts are still totally fine, too. This is going to get really dicey now.
That is a disgusting number of ghosts.
There's a lot of Marines here. There's not enough Banelings. What is it, 7 or 6 Banelings?
I mean, FanTaSy's done an amazing job of focus firing down those Banelings, making them a priority, and obviously keeping the Marauders out front so that he's not getting the trade, so that Armani's not getting the trades he needs. And Armani's even splitting up his army. He doesn't have enough army to split up.
Oh, this is actually kind of nice. Really sniping or Banelings?
Sniping Banelings. Okay, a couple ghosts finally going down, but a couple is not enough with 15 on the map.
Yeah, I don't know where the tanks went. Did you just lose those?
Oh man, look at that production tab for FanTaSy. Not 1, not 2.
3 nukes.
Sege, nuke.
Sege.
Beautiful. Is that the right counter for nukes? Okay.
Good enough.
What's the counter word for a nuclear missile?
Set.
There must be one.
On a dual set.
All right, so man, FanTaSy just seems to be in a really, really good position, a little bit ahead tactically, economically. Is he staying on top of his game? What could FanTaSy do here to throw away his position of power?
If he right-clicked all of his army into Banelings, he'd probably be even.
That seems unlikely.
It's very unlikely. This is actually being pretty good so far, though. It's actually trading out like a lot of units for nothing, really.
6 Hydralisks are, doing a lot of work.
I think he's fine with losing the Hydras, too, so that trade was economically good, right? It cost a lot more resources for FanTaSy.
Definitely. Some nice circling shots on top of the tanks
Whoa.
there. Oh, a little run by going into the natural, actually. The bio out of position that goes safe behind the wall there. And again, more snipes on Banelings.
Killing everything, though.
Yeah, man, those Ghosts, you always forget they're such high DPS because you only think about them as like EMP nuke machines. But
yeah, and the Vipers going down, too. This is really bad. This is a really bad spot.
Ooh, another nuke. That nuke almost, oh, nice. Scanning to pick off those burrowed Banelings. Armani trying to be cute, but not cute enough. Nuke is going to go down
Nuke
still.
on him.
For,
why
whatever.
Not? Just let it finish. Some fireworks for the viewers. Yeah, we're bleeding out too many units for the economy that we have. There's no economy here to actually bleed out units. 43 drones!
Jeez. I mean, look how desperate Armani is. He's trying to take that base to the 7 o'clock position.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way he can hold that with the army he's got. To be able to take a base that far into enemy territory, you've got to have Broodlords or something. It doesn't matter. Armani going to GG
It's a pretty
out.
random GG, but totally warranted. I mean, at this point, we're just bleeding units for nothing.
I mean, because as a pro player at that point, you're weighing, right? What is it worth to play out this game, and what is it worth the mental exhaustion, right?
Yeah, he's trying to probably get as much information as possible, but at this point, there's no more information you can get. You're just too far behind.
Yeah.
And FanTaSy couldn't possibly make a mistake to actually lose that game. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Like, even losing his entire army would be like a game still. It'd be a game.
His production never once got under, I mean, there was one Nidus into his natural, but his production never was assailed. Not once in that game.
Armani had a really strong start, though, so clearly something went wrong.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch and see exactly what it was. Map number 2. Oh my gosh, look at Armani. Slumped over in his chair, finger on his Adam's apple.
He's thinking. That's a man thinking right there, okay?
He's got to collect himself,
Is it time
right?
for 14-14?
Is it time for 12
Are we on the
pool?
ropes and we go for... No, it's never time for 12 pool.
Never time for 12 pool?
Never. It could be time for 14-14, but you're on the ropes. I don't know if you want to do it.
All right, let's see what he does here in game number 2.
Fight.
In the top.
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
In the
Ah,
top.
It's too late.
Right-hand corner. In the blue, playing Terran.
Pixel 1. FanTaSy.
Nice. You want to derail mine now, too?
Yeah,
Make
okay.
it even?
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
And in the bottom left corner, the red Zerg player.
Black Knight. Armani.
Good job.
Such good
You did a good
teamwork.
job, yeah.
No regret. I have had so much fun
Technically,
casting these
we
games
both
today, man.
casted, or we both introduced both players here. I didn't know it was possible.
Teamwork. Armani just sending a scouting drone out, I think.
That's not a thing.
No?
No.
Okay.
Actually, it is a thing now. Nobody does this, though.
What, was it checking for proxies
Checking
or
for
something?
proxy T-Rex.
Yeah.
This feels weird because it's, I mean, there's still spots where the Rexes could even be still.
He's either the laziest proxy rack scout I've ever seen,
Yeah.
or just such a weird pattern for him to take.
I mean, at least he's not getting proxy Rexed, right?
Wouldn't that be the shame if he was getting double proxy
It's
racked
not a
and just
bad call
missed
because,
it?
like, if FanTaSy proxy Rexed right now, that'd actually be kind of smart, right? You're up 1-0,
yeah.
you can actually potentially lose a map and still be fine.
After a grueling game as well.
Yeah. I think if Armani was perceived as a bigger threat, you would probably see a better T-Rex, Like, for example, let's say this is Dark, not Armani, and you're up 1-0.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Close the series out with a
Then
T-Rex.
yeah, absolutely. Because what was it you were talking about where there's the margin of victory? You're going to do your 65% build instead of your 55% build or whatever.
So he could have done something like that, but I think FanTaSy's probably really confident here, especially after last game where he just was playing better. He had better trades, he had better production, he just set up everything better.
Yeah, feeling good. I mean, let's not forget here, Armani, our 4th seeded player in today's match. Obviously the underdog in every game that he's had. The surprise 2-0 against Gumiho maybe gave the other players a little bit of pause, but at the end of the day, it's still Armani. He's still probably undervalued as a player.
Yeah. I mean, we undervalue him.
That's true.
I love to be proven wrong, especially with players that I would consider weaker than others.
Oh man, I'd love to see a game 3 here. Armani fighting back. That'd be cool. That'd be beautiful.
He already did some really impressive stuff today. Even if he's out here, which, you know, is possible. He took out Gumiho, a GSL champion.
I was thinking that right before we messed up our player. I mean, we totally nailed our player introductions. I was just going to say, I mean, Armani can go home at the end of the day, and with the games he's played, he's got to be able to go home with his head held high.
Right.
His team has got to be proud of him.
It's hard for pro gamers to feel that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's as much as you can after taking an L, but got to be able to, I mean, you said a little earlier in the cast, you play a good, solid game. You go all the way through, and you can say, hey, I lost, but man, I played pretty darn well this time.
I speak from experience, because that's how I felt when I lost to Bunny 2-1.
Yeah.
Like, I lost really badly, but I felt like there was nothing I could have done to prepare better. I played 14 hours a day every day. Like,
sure.
It's just satisfying to know you did your best, even if you lose.
All right.
I mean, obviously it sucks to lose, but,
well, yeah.
you know, what can you do when people are better than you?
The best possible loss you can take.
Exactly. So, let's see what we got. Third hatch on the way. Taking the third hatch.
Oh, it's happening. You called it. Game number 1. You said it was going to happen.
Battlecruiser?
Battlecruiser.
Yeah.
Fusion core going down. Armani. Oh.
If he starts something on it right now, it might look like a drop. Please. Oh, is that a tech lab?
He's starting the tech lab. He is.
And it's Battlecruiser's getting scuttled, I think.
Man. Okay. So he hasn't seen the fusion. Yeah, there it is. Sees the fusion core. Gonna be prepped for this.
He doesn't cancel. He doesn't care. He's gonna. You know what he's gonna do?
He's
He's probably gonna add on consistent Battlecruisers, not just one, but like multiple, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the first Battlecruiser is not going to be very valuable or not very useful.
Right.
And if you don't cancel it, then you know that's kind of weird, right? But if you keep producing them throughout the entire game, doesn't really matter if it's scouted because it's actually just a core part of your composition.
Look, we saw so many Battlecruisers during the qualifiers for the season of GSL. Almost all the Terran players tried this out at least once, and even if it's scouted, it's still such a frightening build to play against. Those Battlecruisers with the jump have so much mobility. You can be in 3 places at once, and this you've got to keep it taxes the APM of the Zerg players so much to respond to these threats everywhere, and they've got to stay on top of their game for the first from the first Battlecruiser comes out to the 10-minute mark before they get something that can actually fight against them.
Right. It's just an annoying part of the army composition too.
Look at Armani's response.
Nidus, I don't like it.
No?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it.
Oh, I like it because it's exciting.
As if the BC blinks across the map, sure, maybe you have a window.
Okay.
If it doesn't, you're gonna Nidus a Battlecruiser. Like, good luck.
My joy has sufficiently been crushed. Thanks, Jake.
You're welcome. You could try. There's a chance that this Battlecruiser just blinks straight across the map immediately, right?
Would that be, surely that would be the wrong call from FanTaSy.
That would be a wrong call from.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Oh, he saw it.
Oh, he
did. He click on it?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is he prepping
Okay,
for
wait.
it back home?
Yes.
Bunker
like
going up?
Yeah, he is. The way he's positioning his army already. So we're not going to have a blinked Battlecruiser, right? That would be insane. This isn't a wall?
Oh no, he's not finished with his wall. The Zerglings are going to get in here. There are a lot of...
It's okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of
he's dealing with... Tell me he's dealing with the Nidus, though. He's got to be dealing with the Nidus, right? BC's moving over there.
Into the main here. BC moving over to take care of it.
He finishes the wall. Oh, it's getting up.
all going down. Oh my gosh.
Transfuse?
Queens are out. Transfuses the Nidus. Armani is still alive and in this game. Second Nidus going down into the main base here. The Battlecruiser chased away. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Queens.
This is a
Zerglings
huge
loose
mistake.
into the main. Oh my goodness gracious. Forces a liftoff of that one barracks. All the SCVs pulled out of the main. He's even got 2 Spore Crawlers going down to fight against that Battlecruiser.
Yeah, Armani needs to, you know, keep his eye on the prize here, not bleed too many units. It looks like he's bleeding up quite a few units right now. I saw at least 1 Queen go down.
6 SCVs, not quite enough here, but he's running out. But FanTaSy's running out of units here.
Yeah, we're running
a couple
out
more
of
transfuses going down. A lot of Zerglings. Oh, he's loading
Look at
back
this Battlecruiser. It's basically invincible.
Nidus is in the natural though as well.
Oh my
SCVs
gosh.
have nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's like they're teenagers in a horror slasher film. They can't go anywhere because the bad guy is on every floor of this creepy haunted mansion.
Spores are here. 17 SCVs. These still heading workers basically with the mules. Oh, a second Battlecruiser gets out. Okay.
Unreal. Yamato is going to go down, taking out some of these queens. You can't transfuse past
Do we
Yamato.
blink
to the
these
queens
BCs across the map now? Think about it.
I think you absolutely do. 24 SCVs going down.
I think as soon as he cleans up... Oh, okay, there's too much going on right now. As soon as he cleans up the links, he might just go across the map now because there's not enough queens to really threaten this.
He's making 3 more queens back home. He's pumping in even more Zerglings here. The Zerglings still wreaking havoc. The Nidus in the natural does go down, but there are still 2 Nidus in the main base with even more Spore Crawlers going down to protect these queens against the Battlecruisers.
I'm waiting for it. It's either the best play or the worst play. Like it's such a huge thing to consider here, right?
That is some stunning analysis. It's either the best play or the worst play.
I mean, I'm being honest here.
I love it.
Either you blink across the map and kill infinite drones, or you just lose. So.
Okay, he cleans up that other Nidus worm. Oh my gosh, the siege tank gonna go. Oh,
oh, he was right-clicking a lot of those queens.
Oh man.
Okay, now we blink if we're going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it. He should know that he can confidently defend now.
Playing this very safe.
Yeah, he is. Oh.
Nidus the natural here, even more threat.
26 workers are 43. I mean, he's still bleeding out workers he can't lose.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, Night-Eye in the main, finally getting it cleaned up here. There is still one in the natural, but the Marine should clean it up right away. Okay.
I'm amazed how passive he is with the BCs. I think a lot of lesser Terrans would have just been like, all right, it's time, and blink their BCs.
Is he going to repair them up and then send them out?
He should.
Okay.
I mean, sitting back at home with these is not helping you in any way.
Spire back home for Armani. Is that the right call?
Yes, it's a good call.
Okay, what do you?
There it is.
There it is. The double blink to the same location.
Oh
right
no,
into the
not
main.
there! Don't
Queens
blink there.
underneath it. Oh man, a lot of Queens. A Spore Crawler even there. 2 Spore Crawlers. The third base here. Those
Actually, you know what? That was
BCs
fine.
are in a little bit of trouble. Nope. Ah, the Yamato cannon is so
I
freaking
underestimated
strong,
BCs.
man. He's got him pinned though now. Those BCs between the Spore Crawlers
Oh,
and
okay,
the Queen's
this one's
gonna lose
going
at
down.
least one. And the second one's
it's
still
one
there.
shot
4
away.
Queens, come on!
Oh my God!
You're kidding me.
Can we kill all these queens? We can. We're actually gonna kill all these queens.
FanTaSy, FanTaSy, FanTaSy. I can hear the Terrans cheering from home. This is some sick, nasty battlecruiser harass, man. He has not lost either one of these yet.
Yeah, if he loses a BC, that would be really big. So far, so good though.
Man, I love FanTaSy can go play Warcraft 3 after this with his hero unit. He's gonna get away. I don't believe it. This is filthy.
He was almost so greedy. He's like,
This
he
is-
was almost willing to lose the BC for an Overlord.
Look at picking up Overlords on his way out the door.
Yeah, he's basically evened up any losses
30,
he had.
22 health. Those battlecruisers have a combined 55 health on them. 30. They have more kills than they have hit points.
Basically.
What? They do 31 to 22. Okay, Baneling Nest, melee.
Breathe.
Let me take a quick breath here. Baneling Nest, melee, Carapace.
Yeah, we're gonna try to make this a normal game, but it's not a really easy game to make normal.
Double engineering, Bay FanTaSy looks like he's going for some bio play behind this. Yeah, a more natural, normal, even-handed game from here on out.
We'll try. I mean, he's getting. He actually hasn't started 1-1, but he's double engineering Bay. I guess he doesn't have the money for it. He does. Why haven't we started 1-1 yet? There it is.
There it is. Okay.
Parent needs BCs, and then we're gonna go out again.
5 Corruptors already out though for Armani.
This is good though. You force Corruptors.
Yeah.
Like you're going heavy bio, assuming you don't just blink these BCs into Corruptors.
There's no way he would blink right onto a bunch of Zerg units
there's
a second time in a row, right?
It's true. I love it. That was like the only place blinking on top of would have been bad, and it was fine still.
Nice. All right, that Overseer is going to splorch that main command center, but you know, slowing down some SCV production, not the end of the world there.
Interesting building to do it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, so double expand from Armani? Or no, sorry, macro hatch and 1 expand.
Yep. Very normal game.
Sure.
I don't like Corruptors because they don't really add much to your army, like your base army, but it's necessary with BCs because mutas are just so bad. Like we saw players try to make mutas work, and every time the player who goes mutas is just really sad.
Paper
Scarlet was
paper
talking about
mache,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So he's got, looks like 7 or 8 Corruptors that about, and adding on 3 more actually. 10 Corruptors. Is he walking the line between too many?
He's getting there. He's probably not going to build any more. The problem is, look at how big this ground army is. What do we got?
Oh,
Corruptors?
wow, yeah. He doesn't have a whole lot. He's got a lot of Banelings that he has been making. Baneling speed still a little way from finishing off, and +1/+1 about to finish. So if 1-1 could finish, he might have a shot against this army, but his army supply is still very low.
11 Banelings on the way. It's so hard because we have so many Corruptors.
Jeez, man. 11 Banelings. He's got
The
great
BCs aren't
shots
even in
here.
the fight.
Oh, he's going for a run by. He's trying to be sneaky with those Banelings.
Creep's being reset already.
Yeah.
This is a pretty bad spot to be in, even with Creep being reset. It's kind of hard to stop the Terran from getting into a position where you can't kill them anymore.
Are those battlecruisers going to scout those Banelings? No, never mind. The Banelings have finished. They're just outside the 3rd. But the wall is complete. Oh.
What? What are we doing right now?
He chickened out. He's going back. FanTaSy stepping onto Creep now, getting some good shots off. A couple tanks sieged up behind that debris in the middle of the map. That's really good positioning for those tanks. And those Corruptors out in the middle of nowhere. Blowing a Yamato cannon on Overseer because...
Why not?
I mean...
Oh,
sure,
what?
Hello! Those Banelings did get in through
Where
the
did this
ramp.
come from?
They were the ones that were morphing in outside the 3rd base. FanTaSy left his ramp open, and 20 more SCVs have gone down. How many SCVs has he lost
46
this game?
to 72. This is actually not a bad position. He's getting on top of the tanks before they siege up.
Oh,
And
this is really nice.
if he had some more support, if this was Hydras instead of Corruptors, this would be one-sided, but it's 72 workers to 49. If he can push this back, he might actually have a chance.
FanTaSy is not going to let that happen. He knows that the time is that he needs to strike while the iron is hot,
Yes.
or while the SCVs are lying in pieces in his base. Either way, I'm not sure how the phrase goes. But full out attack here. He's lost all of his tanks though, reset to just 1. But now his 2 battlecruisers are joining the fight. Oh, can he pick off
Corruptors are going to
2-2?
deal with the BCs.
He's going to pick off +2. Corruptor's driving this back, but he does get the evolution
So
chambers
sad
here.
that the +2 is even here.
Yeah, that's
Should
a
not
really
be
weird
here right
positioning here. Yamato going down here, but the battlecruiser almost certainly going to get picked up immediately. Some nice bailing hits going down. FanTaSy getting pushed back off creep, but it isn't quite enough. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and with 2-2 being shut down, it feels like this is going to start spiraling. Is he going to be able to deal with it? If he can crush this and keep his +2 alive, maybe.
70 workers, but FanTaSy already back up to 60, and with mules on the map, he should be in good position here. The last BC is almost certainly
both bases and the Evo are about to go down too. Not enough banelings here. This has got to be the beginning of the end, if not the end already. We're probably going to see a GG very shortly.
I agree with your absolutely expert
Does
opinion
clear up all the medevacs though.
Yeah, +2 still, oh man, so close to getting finished here, but I don't think it's going to matter at this point for the 20 Zerglings that he's making. Trying to get a flank here, but okay, actually is going to be able to push back, cleans up that last tank.
Yeah, he does. Okay.
Corruptors, yes.
Are we calling it too soon?
Go, go, go,
Yeah,
go.
they're about to be out of range.
Ah, that's a shame, but it's flying in the air. Oh, come on. Marine's going to push it back here, losing 1 Corruptor, but the 3rd base will be reset.
Yeah,
FanTaSy should be
and he actually saved the +2. This is not a bad spot somehow.
Going to transfuse that 4th base. Armani with a 5th base on the way. FanTaSy still only on 3. FanTaSy needs to push out and take a 4th here pretty quick, right?
Yeah. I'm just trying to process how he didn't just die there, because most Zerg players would have, I think.
I think he got some really good baneling hits. FanTaSy missed up on his splitting just a little bit, fighting off the creep.
The medevac count was too low, too.
Also that, yeah, the Corruptors did a good job picking off a lot of the medevacs. So I think a combination, not like one big thing that won that battle, but a couple small mistakes that FanTaSy made, and a couple nice advantages that Armani was able to take in that game.
Yeah, generally, though, when you have like such a scary army, like knocking at your door, it doesn't go well.
Look at this, it worked the first time, it worked. Oh, nice pick off there.
What are you saying?
Keep your eye on the 12 o'clock base. He's got a lot of banelings morphing in at 12 o'clock here. He's going to try that exact same run by the killed 20 SCVs to begin the chain of SCV destruction early in this game.
Yeah, this time the depots are up, so if it's 7, it's not very many.
Yeah, I don't think he has quite enough. Oh my gosh, this drop is going to spot the banelings, but it might be too.
Enough.
Oh,
that's enough.
So he's going to burn through here. Has he got a chance? There's nothing there to defend against it. Keep an eye on these banelings. Here we go. Oh, one siege tank getting a couple shots off, but an immediate SCV pull and 3 depots.
Oh, but the medevacs are wide open.
In really bad position there.
Get another one? Can he get all of them? Hello? What are we doing?
These Corruptors have been absolute heroes this game.
Yeah, generally Corruptors don't do what they're doing.
Is Armani being too greedy getting Greater Spire and Ultralisk Cavern, or can he pull it off on 5 bases?
It feels a little weird, but sure. Like go Broodlord Ultra.
That never works, right?
Broodlord Ultra Infestor? Like you need
Classically-
Infestors? Broodlord Ultra Infestor Viper? Like what are we doing? What's the plan here?
I'm not sure. Adrenal Glands on the way for these Zerglings. Still only about a 1/3 of the way done, but the Ultralisk Cavern about to finish up. Armani staying active with these Corruptors. I really like that.
It's amazing that this is a game. We have a game right now.
It's swung so
was
wildly
really
in both directions. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
FanTaSy
no.
pushing, and he's distracted at the 4th base. The Baneling's going to get in and kill 8 more SCVs. Not quite the kill number that he wanted to get.
Yeah, and he lost a 4th for that.
Ugh.
Or the 3rd even.
Not worth it. But the Corruptor's still trying to catch this drop, but the drop's already, or trying to catch that little push, but it's already headed back to the other side of the map.
If he can
Man.
stabilize and get up to Broodlords, we have a game. Because you can't really push Broodlords with the economy that FanTaSy has. He needs to go up to greater tech. He needs the Vikings. He needs his Ghosts. He needs something more.
Armani certainly has the gas bank for it, but his mineral bank looking a little bit weak as he's thrown away a lot of the Zerglings this game.
That's okay though. That's all that we need is the gas bank.
All right, cool.
66 workers is a little low too.
What do you want to be at?
At this point, 90.
Okay. Yeah, not able to squeeze any rounds of drones in here, trying to get as many Corruptors out as he possibly can. More Banelings getting out on. He knows that Bioforce from FanTaSy is a very real threat. Man, I tell you, FanTaSy's creep suite in this game has been absolutely delightful, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I mean, he's done it all series too. This base is wide open right now. Literally nothing.
Uh-oh. Corruptors, but not much else. But there are Banelings rolling in now to the 3rd base of Armani. Keep an eye on those Banelings. Get it!
Oh, there we go. 13. These are hits that Armani needs. 42 to 63. He's resetting the economy.
Okay, we've seen this push before, though, trying to push up that ramp. Tanks,
is a bit
bio,
different, though.
medevacs. Yeah, how is it different this time?
This push is a lot scarier now because we actually have the tanks here and medevacs here.
Armani setting up for a flank, going around the backside here, but
I don't like
eating
this.
so many shots here, forces those Banelings back onto creep.
Oh, you can't even fight that either. Oh, he is trying to.
That's a real shame. FanTaSy's army supply
There's nothing
way.
here to
I mean,
kill.
what are you going to do? 2 Banelings for 2 SCVs? 4 SCVs?
I mean, he's expecting to have more SCVs there.
That has been the worst trade deal in the history of trade deals.
Okay, look at that, though. How do you stop that?
10 Brood Lords. I like it. I love it. I want...
Just lose this base, please. Just give it up. Don't be greedy.
Yeah, I think you're right. Very, very
We have
smart
enough
call.
Brood Lords. We just need to chill, get up other bases.
Scan shows those Brood Lords and a lot of Banelings. This is going to turn into a fairly long game here, folks.
It should be. My curiosity, though, is does he just try to push with these right now?
I think so, because FanTaSy doesn't have the infrastructure. He doesn't have the infrastructure in place to build that. He hasn't added on those starports. He hasn't added on
2 Vikings.
Ghosts or anything. 2 Vikings against 10 Brood Lords. Are you kidding me? There we go. We see him dropping 2 starports, trying to get that out.
Oh, the
Banelings right onto the tanks.
That was a big misplay, but he's getting every SCV, so it's not the end of the world.
The Zergling follow-up doing a really good job there.
Oh, actually,
he's got Zerglings at every base. But oh my gosh, but FanTaSy moving into the top portion here. Where are those Brood Lords? Armani is going to recall. Okay, so Armani's going to flinch and try and go back. He's going to lose this base.
This is perfect for Armani.
Okay.
Armani's losing bases, sure. But how do you deal with the Brood Lords if they're at your door and you can't build Vikings?
I don't know,
Look at this fight, too. Well, how do you stop this fight from just killing everything?
It's great splitting from FanTaSy. He did have
Is it, though? You just lost everything.
Well, there were just so many Banelings
Where do you
rolling
split?
through. Yeah, I don't know, man. Pushed up against those minerals. Great fights that Armani took. Here we go. Banelings rolling in. The front door is down again. These Banelings going to get into the natural. FanTaSy desperately trying to drop here at the third, but those Banelings getting into the natural.
He's cleaning up everything, basically.
This is gorgeous play from Armani. 30 drones have gone down, but it doesn't matter. I don't think the Brood Lord's already sieging the natural.
4 Vikings.
FanTaSy. 4 Vikings. Are you kidding?
Is it going to be 4 Vikings versus 2 Corruptors? Is that the late game that we have here?
I think so.
It's 4 Vikings versus 1 Corruptor and 3 Transfuses. Oh, he missed a Transfuse!
This is okay. So the Queen's still underneath those Brood Lords. There are a lot of Brood Lords in place here. Do we go into base trade at this point?
Wait, if we just had a couple Corruptors, come on.
Baneling's trying to roll forward
if
here.
We
the last
lose this
tank
game,
has been picked off. Baneling's going up into the main base here. The production now completely under siege.
Just get the starport.
But the Vikings are doing a great job. Yeah, what is he focusing down here?
Okay, wait, 33 drones. Let's calm down and think about this.
I'm not good at that.
He's losing his Brood Lords, but he's on top of the production. I think this is Armani's game 100%. If he had any amount of Corruptors right now, he'd be set. There's 1 Corruptor on the map. These Queens are literally winning the game. These 3 Queens.
Yeah, Queens instead of Corruptors. Who need the Queen? What are Queens but Corruptors that can transfuse, right?
Yeah.
FanTaSy getting Queen. Picks up the bio.
Every unit right now is so important for both players. I can't stress this enough.
Absolutely. FanTaSy down to only 7 workers. And Armani bringing those Brood Lords back home to try and defend? Oh,
I mean, at this point, if you're Armani, you just hold and you win, right? This game is so intricate right now.
I don't know. Yeah, this is a heck of a dance that both of these players are doing.
8 Brood Lords. The biggest thing is if he gets the Brood Lords home, he can build a supporting army that can never be killed, right? Like,
yes.
Let's imagine we have like 8 to 10 Corruptors. At this point, your economy is not big enough to actually stop this.
Really good
He's getting all the medevacs.
Corruptors
the
finally
Vikings,
arrived.
though.
Oh, man, Vikings.
Where are the Brood Lords going?
He's waffling with these Brood Lords in the middle of the map.
He's waffling them again. Just make a decision.
Man, there's nothing here to support those Corruptors. Need to get there. The Queen's making the slow march. Transfuses will save it. There are still 6 Queens on the map, or 6 Brood Lords on the map, rather. That is a pretty healthy number as the 3rd base is now going to go under siege. Armani moving into a more aggressive position.
Oh my gosh, this game.
FanTaSy trying to add on 1 starport, but man, that's just not quite enough.
Wait, did the starport go down in the main?
I think so, yeah. 3 Vikings on the map?
Okay. Yeah, there's no way, right?
No.
How do you do this?
Too many Corruptors. Armani has a brilliant army against what he's reduced FanTaSy to. He's done a really good job picking off medevacs, picking off what he needs to do, and I think the initial push that Armani made into the natural to pick off a lot of the production with those Brood Lords initially, those Queens saved his absolute bacon there.
I can't believe that we have a comeback like this. This is insane.
Oh, the Queens in the middle of the map might get taken out here, but I'm not sure if that matters.
Those Queens are like the most important units in the game. How do you just lose them?
But are there... Okay, so still 3 Vikings left, 3 Infestors on the way from Armani.
I don't know how to commentate this. 28 to 51, 4 workers to 21. Like, I don't see any way that FanTaSy can win this, but at the same time, who knows at this point? The game is so scrappy. It's 1 base versus, CCs that can fly around. 8 workers are mining.
Scrappy is absolutely the right word. Does Armani need to get another base down, try and expand, reestablish? That seems to be what FanTaSy's game plan is.
Yeah, I like this for FanTaSy. I don't know about Armani, though. He's building more Vikings.
More Infestors as well for Armani on the
Infestors are always a good call.
Yeah, oh man, the longer the Infestors are there, of course, the more energy they're going to build up. He doesn't have any upgrades for those.
You know what would be
yet.
amazing? Like, absolutely amazing right now? If we had a Hydra Den. If we had a Hydra Den right now, that would be amazing.
Oh,
like Lingbane Hydra at this point in the game, there's no tech left there. You're not going to have any tanks. It's just bio against Lingbane Hydra Brood Lord. So you're Vikings are never going to get in range. Hydras can support your ground army, and they're not that expensive at this stage of the game.
I like where your
compared
head
to anything
is.
else.
Yeah, that would be a brilliant Wrinkle Brain move there. But I mean, just compare these two armies: 6 Broodlords, 5 Infestors against what? Some Bio and 7 Vikings?
Well, the Vikings could kill all the Broodlords in theory.
How many queens does he have on the map there?
Not enough. He's
No.
building spore crawlers. Madman. Imagine spending your only money on spore crawlers.
That's such
point
an
in the game.
unusual choice.
He's actually giving FanTaSy breathing room to win this game, though.
Yeah, I think
Like,
you're
the
absolutely
Vikings
right.
are being added on, 11 workers to 21. We're already losing a bit of our advantage here. Oh, the fungal!
One fungal, here it is.
No
Oh
way.
my god, he gets the
Is he about to
massive
throw
fungal.
this game?
Are you kidding me? Second fungal goes down. These Vikings are locked down. Infested Terrans
gonna
underneath.
lose.
You are kidding me right now.
He can win this fight now, too.
One
What?
Viking, that is it, boys. Game 3 has got to be knocking on our door. The Broodlord's now safe to shark around the map, cause any damage they need to do. We see Armani pushing his creep out as well, and FanTaSy severely crippled. Wow. So FanTaSy scouting barracks doing great work there.
Imagine a 23-minute game at 80 supply to 50. 12 workers to 25. 12 workers. He has as many workers as he started with this game right now.
Ouch. Ouch.
Imagine starting the game and at 23 minutes having the same amount of SCVs as you started with.
We've come all this way. We
Yeah.
came so far. No, what is it? I messed it up.
Come so
Dang.
far.
And
I don't know. And what?
I messed it up. Never mind. Somebody right now, chat is raging that I don't know this Smash Mouth or Blink 182 or whatever mediocre
in the end, it
90s
doesn't
band
even
it was.
matter or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Gross. We tried so hard and got so far. That was the
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
Ah, man, just doesn't work. It's like dissecting a frog, and explaining a joke never works. All right, so 29 workers to 12. Armani trying to get another base up here, or does have another base up here, but surely he needs to expand more aggressively. Ooh.
Every unit is so important, I can't stress it.
Yeah, and those Corruptors just going to chase that medevac down. A couple more medevacs going into the main base, trying to pick off some tech, I think.
Here? They kinda.
6 Zerglings, but the drop is going to get off here.
You do not trade links for this army, please.
Oh, FanTaSy playing
Okay,
with
we're
fire.
gonna link
Forces
some.
the pickup, gets a Widow Mine. The Widow Mine
Almost.
gets in there. Yeah, almost gets the Widow Mine. Shoot, I was so excited.
That mine dying would have been like a big portion of his army, okay?
Liberator is out, but Corruptor should be able to drive it away.
Oh, look
Viking,
at this bait.
Vikings,
It's bait.
Vikings. It is. That's so
Oh, he's
smart.
going to lose that corruptor.
Oh, good
Oh.
fungal going down. Medevac number 1 is going to go down. Medevac 2 gets away with 34 health. Oh. I hate to see a low health medevac with full energy. That's got to be the worst feeling in the world, not doing its job.
Yeah.
Broodlord's just going to hug that Liberator, say hello before it explodes.
Can't believe how hard FanTaSy is trying here. Like, I mean, it makes sense, right? But you're in such a bad spot.
Decider match,
Just
man,
trying
crazy stuff
everything.
happens. Another fungal gets a couple of those Vikings, and oh my gosh, 2 more of the Vikings are going to go down, bringing down to only 2 Vikings, only one Viking on the map. The Corruptor going to be able to take it down. Another
There's
big
a 1v1.
fungal here.
Who's going to get it?
Good it.
It's a Dragon Ball Z moment.
1v1 me, bro.
Why? He's backing
What?
up.
No,
Why
you
did he was about to win?
Armani, you had that, bro.
What?
Oh man.
He was about to win that fight. Tell me you didn't know that.
You're kidding me. The medevac with 34 health going back into the main here. Armani setting up for a Ling run by, and this actually could be pretty dangerous if he gets those Lings in. But never mind. He blinks. Not going to do
He doesn't
anything.
even know this base exists.
But now he does. Oh,
yeah, he's probably going
jeez.
to turn these things around. Look at that. It immediately turns around.
FanTaSy does have a drop in the
Oh,
main.
wait, the investors are open right now.
Oh
okay.
my gosh, okay,
Broodlords are
saves
here.
him with the Broodlords here. Oh man, FanTaSy miscontrolling a little bit. They're not paying attention to that army. And the drop in the main gets cleaned up as well. Again, FanTaSy
It's fungal.
bleeding a lot of units. We've seen this happen before, but it was Armani against FanTaSy in game number 1 where he just started taking less and less efficient trades, started getting sloppier as he got later into the
I just
game.
can't even believe we got to this point. Like,
Yeah.
this point in the game is such a weird position to be in.
I love that. Zerglings pecking away at those SCVs who are escaping from the 5 o'clock base. Armani staying active, staying deadly. This is a really, really good play. Baneling's rolling
Yeah.
forward here. He looks like he wants to collapse in on this army here underneath the fire of the Liberator, but up against the minerals here, the entire Bio army goes down. 12 SCVs, the fungal on the Liberator as well. The Infestors waddling forward.
Oh my god, this has got to be it, right?
0 workers for FanTaSy.
0 workers, 22 army.
But,
Where
you
is
know,
our
it's,
army?
It's
Oh, in
FanTaSy,
the
so we'll be
Vikings.
here until about an hour in. I gotta download a food app on my phone and get somebody to see if they'll deliver to the studio for me. I'm getting a bit peckish here.
Yeah.
24 Zerglings in production. Is
I
that
can't believe he's not.
Oh, Baneling's into the main.
He's dropping a mule to repair his last.
Oh,
is that his
that's a
last command center?
shame.
No,
Yeah.
it's one more.
Well, there's one more, but 3 mules there. It has been spotted though, and FanTaSy certainly, Armani's certainly going to swing around there and try and take it off.
Oh.
Where did those Vikings come from?
Not
What?
like this, yeah. He's trying to get up that army. Well, he's shooting his own Broodlord. He's shooting his own Broodlord.
Whoa.
Okay, stopped it.
Okay, thank goodness. Well,
How does that even happen?
I thought we were going to have a MMA situation where he blows up
Okay,
his
this
own
has
command
got to
center,
be
but
it.
yeah, the good fungals.
This is the last bit of his army. Looks like basically all these Vikings are going to go down. There's armies ravaging the main. There's no economy. GG is called. Armani takes game number 2 in a most amazing class.
My pulse, my blood pressure, my heart rate. I'm getting too old for this, man. That game, unreal. It's
How does this even happen?
Have you ever watched a little kid who's like learning how to ride a bike and they go off fairly well, but then by the end you see him like start to swerve just a little bit with the handlebars, and then the swerve gets worse and worse and worse as they pick up speed, and then they just bite the dust. I feel like that's what that game did. Just
what this was like the kid was like
riding
riding the bike, right, and then just some random person pushed him over. Okay, that's what happened.
Armani just sitting.
He was riding the bike perfectly fine, and then the bike fell over. Like somebody pushed the bike over because that was an insane game.
Threw a stick in the spokes and just flipped him over.
Armani threw a stick at the spokes right there.
Man, Armani looking, pardon me, that was FanTaSy, looking confident, cool, collected, maybe processing the loss fairly well. Yeah, man. Thunderbird.
I don't know what to expect anymore. This has to be a good fantasy map, though.
Well, yeah, we were saying a little bit earlier that usually Thunderbird gonna favor the Terran player. Wide open map, fairly big map. A lot of options here.
Only one ramp to the third, the natural. At least you get an easy 3 bases. We'll have to see what we get coming up very shortly. And right now.
Fight!
In the top left-hand corner of Thunderbird Ellie.
Pixel 1, FanTaSy.
You waiting for me to cut you off? Was that what that was?
No, I just was unsure. I got half a brain right now after that last game. I just don't know what to do.
And in the bottom right, the red Zerg player.
Black Knight, Armani.
Absolutely incredible comeback, honestly. I can't believe that happened. I was calling the game.
Yeah.
And I don't generally call games wrong, especially as the Zerg. Like, this is like a position I've been in so many times where I'm just like, I'm dead. Like, there's nothing I can do. Armani sits back and just wins the game. It's very incredible.
From beginning to end, that game was bananas candy, man. It started with the 2 BC opening.
That was scouted.
That was scouted.
No, it started with a Nidus with the BCs defending and then blinking across the map and killing like 6 queens. Like, the game was just insane.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I don't think we'll ever get a game like that again from
That is
these
the kind
two.
of game that makes me love StarCraft. I can't wait to see somebody analyze that game, slow it down, look at the replay. If only there was some sort of...
Possibly Artosis would do that,
Some sort of show
Artosis
where
would probably do that.
2 professional players might look at a game and decide
that exists.
how interesting it was.
Something to too.
That was a really good plug.
Yeah.
All right, so this game a little more normal, we can hope. Orbital command going down.
Can we hope that? I kind of hope we have another crazy game.
Okay, that's fair. Hope.
What do you
hope
prefer?
hope
Crazy
was the
game
wrong
or standard
word.
game?
So
That's the question.
I'm not like a player. This is the thing that sets me apart, I think, from most of the casters, is that you guys are looking for like technically interesting games because you know what's happening. Whereas I, at my like Bronze League hero level of play, I just want fireworks all the time.
Yeah, so you want crazy too. We
love
both want
crazy games, yeah.
You think a pro player wants a boring game? We've seen that 100 million times, okay?
You guys like crazy games too? I always suspect
you don't want to play a crazy game, but if you want to watch a crazy game, nobody wants to watch like a standard game.
That's true. Okay, so Factory, Command Center, Reaper coming out.
Oh, you know what this makes you think of? I played a game against FanTaSy on ladder. And he blocked my third base with a Reaper, and I just built the hatchery down in the middle of the ramp. Like, between the third bases, I'm like, I'm not losing this drone. So I just built the hatchery. So I'm going to go Ling Bane all in, so I didn't really care. And then he built the CC next to that hatchery on my side of the map and tried to planetary rush it.
What?
I swear to God.
Did you win?
Yeah.
How many ladder points was that worth?
Oh, it wasn't. So I was 63, he was 66, so maybe 40.
Okay.
But still, I don't know what his plan was. He's like, oh, you want to play that game? I'm going to planetary rush you. The man does not care. He is mad.
It's like that scene in West Side Story when they're deciding how they're going to rumble, and he's like, you want knives? We'll go knives. You want chains? We'll go chains. You want zip guns?
Yeah.
Just gets crazier and crazier.
He tried to planetary rush my hatchery. The madman.
Armani is going to get that third down, and the Reaper barely going to live. So
Oh my god, it was so close.
Thought that grenade was going to blow himself up.
It almost did.
Oh, the queen's on the low
he's
ground.
actually got a
This
trap.
Reaper is so dead. Oh, get out, get out.
Where's the main queen? Main queen, where are you? Oh my god, you're coming from a
She's
weird
coming.
angle.
Oh,
Okay.
my god, that's
he gonna get out?
hilarious.
Okay, doesn't get
That
out.
was encroaching doom from a horror movie. Queen's just moving in.
Yeah.
In a
Could you imagine if you're
in a
that
perfect
Reaper? You're like,
pattern.
what do I even do? Like, what can I possibly do here?
You bend over and start to pray. Okay, so second base is down here for FanTaSy. Already getting saturated up. Looks like he's just adding on a couple more Hellions and a Viking out from the starport. But Cloak starting up as well.
Feels strange. I don't like Cloak Banshee.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because, like, a Zerg player's going to come in and scout it, and it's just never going to do anything. And if they don't scout it, they just prepare for it anyways because it's so scary.
Sure.
We're just going to see cancel and probably live again.
Ooh, we do see him start the Banshee, though. Because this happened last game, or game number 1, right? Where it was scouted out, he canceled it and just went for the Liberator after this instead. Is it some sort of double bluff where he might say, oh, you scouted me the first time and I changed. Scouted me the second time, and that Banshee is still building.
Yeah, it's very strange, though.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's worth the double
I wonder
bluff
if this
at
means
this
he's
point.
going into, like, rotors or something. Like, you remember when Gumiho did this?
Yeah, that Hypermech style, where you get the Hyperflight rotors.
Yeah, you get Hyperflight rotors because you already got it scouted. It depends if he builds more than one Banshee.
Okay, well,
It's
first,
not terrible defensively either.
yeah, he did this a couple times in the qualifiers as well. I forget who he's playing against, but he controls those Banshees so well. He really makes them worth their cost. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if he does that in second
It's
Banshee.
weird
getting started.
he's
Good
getting
call.
stim though. So if you're going like a mech style with Banshees, you don't get stim. So I guess it's just 2 Banshees to snipe drones that they already know exist. I don't know. We'll have to see if this actually does some damage. Maybe I'm just really wrong, but unlikely.
I mean, Banshees aren't the worst choice. You know, if Armani does go for some sort of Roach Ravager push or something, those
Yes,
Banshees can do a
defensively
lot of
Banshees
value.
are great. This is the only real thing you have there, but you don't need Cloak defensively.
Yeah.
All right, so we come in. There's a Spore. And we're like, oh.
1 drone. All right. Maybe 2. No.
Maybe
not
he's
worth
going
it.
for the double fake out though, like you said, because he canceled it the first time. Maybe the second time he's expecting, oh, maybe I'll cancel it and you won't build spores or something. I don't know.
Yeah. The gamble not paying off though for FanTaSy here.
Yeah.
Second
2
Banshee
drones.
coming across the map, but man, 2 drones, 3 drones.
Save on that drone.
That
That's
was
cute.
Yeah, that was a really good play. So I mean, Armani.
Armani's
In
still in a
good
good spot
position,
though.
right?
62
Yeah.
drones to 48. I mean, Stim plus 1 or 1/1 are on the way, but no drones have gone down really.
Oh, yep. Okay.
You can just build more
Working on
drones,
that
take the 4th base even. Look at the creep too.
I was
The creep
gonna
is
say creep.
really far forward.
Already halfway across the map at 6 minutes. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, Banshee's not really doing much to stop this yet.
The drone's even gonna get down. The Banshee not even gonna be able to slow down that 4th base. Armani on 4 bases
We're going
against 3.
Spire.
Hello.
Spire. Okay, Lingbane Muta. I love Lingbane Muta.
Really good call against Cloak Banshee.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, Lingbane Muta, like I was saying before, head on it doesn't work very well, right? Like you don't just fight Lingbane with Lingbane Muta fighting Marines. Obviously, that would be really, really bad.
Terrible.
But if you have any breathing room and you get your Spire up, it feels so good because you have infinite counterattack potential here.
Sure, and this is really interesting because as we said at the beginning of the game, FanTaSy getting that stim out, going for combat shields with +1/+1 on his infantry units, going for a more bio-heavy style, that's going to play really well against any mutas that pop out.
Possibly. There's a fine line we walk where, like,
Sure.
if you're too aggro with bio, like maybe the mutas slip in and kill a bunch of workers or something like that. But also, this map doesn't really favor like bio pushes and stuff. We're seeing a bio push right now somehow, but this is not a real push.
Interesting.
We have Bane speed already?
9 Banes down. I haven't seen Bane speed come through.
Remember, our
might have
Spire
missed
is
it.
finished. It has to be done, right?
Okay.
If Bane speed's already done, this is like a suicidal push. It's just a clear creep.
Yeah, FanTaSy is being smart. They're being very judicious. Playing a good game 3, not doing anything too crazy. Yeah, Bane speed finished up.
5 mutas on the way. That's not the scary flock. The question is, do we hide the mutas and then get the scary flock, or do we just use them immediately?
Well, yeah, see, now Armani's adding up 8. Now he's got 8. He might have been waiting on Larva or something.
8 is not a scary flock. A scary flock is like 20.
But 8 is enough to force your opponent back home, though, right? It's enough to start really cause some havoc in mineral
It's
lines.
enough to build turrets.
Yeah.
But your rally can defend against 8 mutas.
Okay, okay. And
If it's like 20 mutas, though, your rally ain't stopping 20 mutas, okay? 20 mutas is scary. And he is building that. I don't know if FanTaSy knows. He doesn't build any turrets, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen any turrets going down yet. He's adding on a factory instead. +1s, all the upgrades coming. Sorry, +1 vehicle armor coming down, and +2 on the way for the infantry.
Are the turrets already done, or they're not done at all?
I don't think I've seen any turrets.
Ooh, that's a lot of lings.
And the Mute is
Do you
behind him
see
as well.
that? Do you not see that?
I don't know, man.
Where are they going back?
Oh,
They
the Link's
should've
coming
gone.
back. The Mute is going out forward
No,
here.
go with lings and mutas. This is so good.
Armani adding on 4. Okay, here it is. No turrets.
Oh, raises the depot though. Oh, he lost his window there.
Is it going to force FanTaSy back? Yeah, FanTaSy going back to the middle of the map here.
Careful.
Going through that choke. Oh, man. Armani has to be so cautious with these Mutalisks.
He's in a really good drone count. 84 drones. This is enough drones that you can trade efficiently.
5th hatchery going down as well.
We saw 2 factories, so this is probably going to be heavy biomine, which is quite good against Lingbane Muta long term.
Yeah.
The only thing is this scales really well into Ultras, so...
Okay, and we do see the Infestation Pit going down to start working his way up to it.
Or it also scales well into Brood Lords. He has basically every option he can have.
Look at this. Armani has a huge chunk of units sitting at 130 right now, not doing anything. It's Mutas and Lings up there.
Surprised the Mutas aren't here.
He's just waiting. What is he doing?
He doesn't want to send them home, I guess. The Queens are blocking each other. I don't know what he's doing right now, but
He does probably pick up at least one of those, but oh man, 5th base gets spotted here.
Maybe he just has like 600 IQ and he's always been planning to flank this? Okay, looks like he might have been.
Wow, if so, that would be really incredible here. Playing the long game, but FanTaSy
Careful. This is so... Okay. Nice!
Minefields, yes.
That was a nice mind split. He's not going to chase too hard. He doesn't have an Overseer with his army, does he?
No, he doesn't. Hive Tech is on the way, though.
Oh, he killed it all. Never mind. Does it not have... Oh, he doesn't have Drilling Claws. Nice.
Wow, just getting started.
If Drilling Claws was done, that would be really annoying.
No, man, this Bioforce getting a little bit scarier here with good splitting. I don't know, that's a lot of Banelings, though. Nidus Network on the way for Armani as well.
As long as Armani takes care of his army here.
Okay, good wraparound with those Zerglings and Banelings, cleaning up a little bit.
Only 2 mines left.
Back off green.
3 mines left.
Yep. And yeah, FanTaSy going to take a lick and head back off creep. Maybe reset up for another attack here. Where is Armani going to drop this Nidus?
Does he have any vision for anything? I don't think he can.
No,
I think this is just an option.
Okay.
That we're leaving open.
Nice little drop here from FanTaSy, driving away the workers from that 3rd expansion.
Oh, setting the Mutas alone. This is not bad.
Wrapping around.
FanTaSy's doing such a good job of baiting out the bio, or like the Lingbane to move forward.
Yeah, definitely.
Like he's keeping his Marauders up front for viewers. This means that Banelings can't really trade efficiently with them. And it's just kind of like he's whittling away the army. Okay, here comes the Nidus. He does have vision. Oh my god, he's hitting the entire army?
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
That is a huge chunk of army.
Armani knows where it is. The Overseer going to get pushed away. A couple Marauders rallied in. This Nidus shouldn't finish, or if it does, it'll get picked off right away.
Does not finish.
Doesn't finish.
He can
That's
just
a
pick
real
up and
shame.
go to the other Nidus
other
now.
Nidus in the 3rd now.
Oh, he's going for a counterattack. This is really good. Okay. Doesn't have this avenue open. If this is open, this base would be really under pressure here.
Armani really using the mobility of his army to strike out in 2 different locations here, causing a lot of grief here. Oh, that planetary is
I
going
don't
to
like
finish up,
this
though.
planetary. Because now you can't lift this.
That's right, the planetary finishes up, and here we go. Armani, thousands of Banelings crashing into the planetary fortress, almost certainly going to go down, but counter pressure on the other side as FanTaSy does pick off one of Armani's bases as well. Oh my gosh, the Zerg player trying to knock down some of these buildings, but oh man, this depot wall really doing a good job, and here we go. Zerglings flooding through. Mutalisks, though, with not a lot of support on the ground, Jake.
This is so bad. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really bad now, because we don't have any counter pressure, and I don't know if we have the momentum to stop the push on the other side either.
Ultralisk Cavern only about to finish up here. 24 Zerglings on the way, but this bio push from FanTaSy looks deadly with 2-2.
Yeah, 80 workers now to 60. Maybe if the
Banelings
Baneling mines
rolling
are...
forward.
Why did the mines go off? What?
That was...
Did he retarget?
He must have retargeted, waiting for those Mutalisks, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, this is working out really well. That was almost really bad, though.
Yeah.
I didn't see if the mines were just not there or no return.
FanTaSy marching a pretty scary looking army across the map, though. Armani's army looks flimsier and flimsier the longer this game goes on. The
not
Thor
enough
count getting
Banelings.
dangerously high.
Not enough Banelings here to really stop this from happening.
Yeah, trying to get 15 more, and Armani taking a desperation base. I'm not sure if you can
I like
support
it.
that, though. You like it?
I like it. It's like, because you're basically the only thing you can do is take that base. If you
Okay.
lose this base and you don't have the other base, you just lose anyways.
Man.
It's like trying to prevent 100% loss here.
Okay, Naked Mutas trying to put some pressure here
that
on the
was
4th
good.
base. Some good Baneling pickups there, and FanTaSy again forced off of creep to deal with these Mutas back home.
If FanTaSy goes home, that's a huge mistake. It's just a huge mistake.
FanTaSy collapsing.
If you give him any breathing room right now, it's a mistake.
He's collapsing toward the middle of the map, I think, instead. Gonna scan, pick off more creep tumors, playing very cautiously here, making sure that when the engagement finally does happen, there's as little creep on the map as possible.
FanTaSy needs to just keep the pressure on. If he ever gives Armani breathing room with 76 workers, he can come back, and we saw him come back already.
Yeah, we saw it. Definitely saw that happen already. Okay, so Armani double expanding, trying to retake some of those positions that FanTaSy was able to snipe off
This is
earlier.
really good play. This is like what you should be doing if you're a Zerg player and you lose bases. Just take, take, take. You can't like sit back and lose your bases.
What does FanTaSy need to spend his money on next? He's banking 1,000 gas.
He just needs to build units.
Why is he not building units?
He is.
Oh, he's supply blocked. 165. Oh, that's a little bit of a blunder there. His gas count getting dangerously high.
This is the most scary thing I've ever seen. Like this many banelings rolling around in a big ball.
Oh man, gonna get us. Oh, trying to get us around here. I think he's trying to draw him into the Widowmine field maybe behind that, but the Widowmine gets picked off.
Oh, he can't lose this base.
He's going to. Those Marauders are absolutely murdering that base.
Without a big counter here, I don't know if we can stop this this game from going this way. You know.
FanTaSy has been supply blocked for like a solid minute now.
Yeah, he's busy, I guess. He still hasn't built any supply depots.
So unusual, not even dropping any supply
I think
depots.
at this point in the game, it's very rare you have to build any. Like
Yeah.
normally at 14 minutes, you've maxed already, so you already have your supply depots.
Maybe he's just forgotten or something. That's a real. You'd think you would have noticed by now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
quite a big mistake. There's no
Armani
question.
getting ready to build that other base, trying to retake it here.
Just build like 4 supply depots, please.
I'd love to see the income tab for these players
Wait,
to see exactly what they're
where's
doing.
his money going? Okay, now he's building 5 supply depots. He must be
Okay.
like maxed on production. Like all of his production must be fully producing.
Has he just been queuing up?
Yeah,
Oh man,
because he has no money.
that's a real shame. Is that going to provide an opportunity for Armani to get in here and do some damage?
Yeah, it's possible actually.
Okay.
5 supply depots at the same time. The only thing is that Armani's kind of being picked apart either way.
Yeah, FanTaSy's doing a good job staying active on the map, really causing havoc all over the place.
And look at it immediately when the supply depots finish.
Yep, there it is. Boom. Thors, Marauders, Marines, Medivacs, everything coming out at once now. And FanTaSy's just going to pick up and maybe head to the main base and continue to cause trouble here, although the mutants are on it now, so he's going to have to commit to this push. He is going to lose the Medivac. Not really worth it.
Get a muta. He gets one.
Yeah. But, oh man.
63 drones, 62 SCVs. This is getting hard. If we can get some ultras out, maybe. But at the same time, FanTaSy's doubling down and just rebuilding his, army to a very scary point. He's probably going to keep expanding too.
FanTaSy's a step ahead of the game. Look at that. Already putting his Ghost Academy down, ready for the ultras, ready for those Broodlords. I don't know if
A little bit of a blunder. He could have killed a lot more than that.
Yeah, ouch. Look at all those one-hit point SCVs. So Ghost Academy ready to respond if Armani does do a tech switch into Ultralisk, into Broodlords, and something like that. But no Greater Spire. Does he have the Ultralisk counter down yet?
He does. He just doesn't have the economy to really build them. Like
Okay.
you need a certain amount of ultras with upgrades before you can do anything. It looks like this might be the last fight of the game. He's a huge flank. I don't know if this is going to be enough though. A lot of the
pulling
bios
back.
survives.
Great splitting there by
There's
FanTaSy
no
on the
mines
high
left though.
ground.
Actually, this fight is amazing for Armani.
Oh man, Armani picking FanTaSy apart there. The army supply of FanTaSy is still ahead, but those
Where
Medivacs
is the
get
army
chased back.
from FanTaSy though? I don't understand.
I don't know.
He has a higher army still.
Mine's getting down. A nice shot onto those
he gonna-
Zerglings, but it's not going to be enough. Still no drilling claws. Oh no, he has an Overseer with it. Never mind there. A lot of Medivacs going down as well here. Banelings crashing forward here. Armani.
Oh, that mine hit. That mine hit was so big.
Armani taking advantage in the game, but yeah, this is still a scrappy little match.
61 workers to 51. What a game. I don't know how we keep having games like this with these two.
These two players really evenly matched. I love the fact that they're able to trade so efficiently back and forth.
Oh, he doesn't know about that base. It's such a big base to not know about.
Mutalisk going in to try and cause some trouble here, but I'm not sure if they'll be able to find any joy in this attack. Fighting over bio. Now, this is interesting. FanTaSy's mixing in a lot more Marauders here, which means that those Mutalisks could do a little bit more damage here. His response time's going to be a little bit slower,
Armani
right?
given a slice of time, like just a little bit of time. Look at how many bases. He just explodes on bases immedientely. This is how you know you're a good Zerg player. Like given even an inch of breathing room, you just take advantage of it completely.
Yeah, this is really nice. And of course, he went so far out of his way to cause that pressure on the other side of the map just to expand behind it. So really, really thinking ahead of the
Look at all the
curve.
sensor towers.
Jeez.
It's not going to be harassed
He
anytime
needs
soon.
2 more and he can make the Olympic rings.
It's true. 64 drones to 53. These drones are so important. There's all these drones. We don't have the minerals to rebuild them. Okay,
The
burrows.
burrow might grow! And no scan going to go down, so the Mutalisk will be able to clean up this drop as well.
Yeah.
Not great. 3 drones lost and a couple Zerglings, but picks up the medevac and everything else there. So
These drones are so much more important than
Yeah.
anything else, though. Still keep it up. Oh my god.
That's sick. Ouch. That Baneling run by absolutely decimated there by the one single Widow Mine and a Widow Mine drop coming out. The Widow Mine drop from FanTaSy is going to scout Armani's Banelings that are trying to sneak in here.
Yeah. This medevacs are getting shut down. All these units, again, we're getting to a point where all these units are really important to not lose.
Yeah, oh man, getting
Free
on top
turret
of it.
there.
Yeah, free turret and gonna be able
We
to
can just go. What are we going? No. Wait.
FanTaSy juked him out. Look at that. FanTaSy stepped on the creep to try and threaten his
Oh, there's
base.
nothing here. Why
And
didn't we
here
do this
go.
immediately?
Oh my gosh.
He's so good.
FanTaSy pulling his entire army back to defend against this. A couple Widowmine's going to try and get down here, but the SCV is still completely unsafe. These Mutalisks are going to absolute town here. 10 SCVs going down, and the Mutalist free to just fly right on in to the natural and then into the main.
Still haven't cleaned this up, though.
Oh.
There's no overseers. They're about to go off again.
No, oh no,
He's
no.
way too busy, too. He's not going to be able to react to this.
Here we go. 3,
yeah, there we go.
2, 1.
Nah, you didn't even get to see it. Only 5 drones. That's not that bad.
He needs to get an Overseer over there to get something done. The Overseer gets picked off with those Mutalisks. Zergling's going to try and get a surround in on this this planetary fortress.
If we can take this planetary out, that would be huge.
He's
just going for it. Okay, now back up. If we back up, we took this planetary out. What's 3 bases now? Well, the main base doesn't even exist. Now we just need to defend on creep, and it's possible.
FanTaSy on 0 mining bases, but look at that army supply. It's so dangerous looking. FanTaSy is still a real threat in this game, and I feel like he knows he needs to strike now.
Oh, this is it. This is the striking moment. If this army doesn't kill Armani, it never will.
Okay, Armani not set up for any flank. He's got a couple plays set up here.
This is run by
third, but it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how many SCVs he's got. His army is still so scary.
Yeah, but he's busy though. He's busy.
Bro, cute play there from Armani.
Armani, I really hope FanTaSy has his priorities in straight here, because this is like the time to attack. 141 to 92.
Yeah, FanTaSy is going to start putting some pressure here on the 3 o'clock base from Armani, but driven away as soon as he sees all of these.
Oh my god, Armani, chill. No, not like this. You can't fight in like this.
There's so many Banelings rolling in here. The army's so clumped together, but that's terrible shots there for Armani. FanTaSy.
We didn't see it.
Baneling landmines. Oh my god, and
that could have been so much worse though.
That is the momentum he needed. I'm not sure if he still has enough though. Armani getting a little sloppy there, over-engaging, throwing away a lot of Banelings at the end.
Yeah, it's the army supplies are even now though. All he needs to do is buy time, right? He can possibly get a bigger army, buying enough time and maybe fighting on creep. What a crazy game. I can't believe we're even having a game like this. It's coming back.
Starting to get faint up here. The hot lights, the shouting. I can't believe I haven't passed out yet.
I can't believe neither of us saw the pain mines.
Dude. Well, he burrowed him just as he was causing havoc on the other side, right? Oh, no, another big Widow Mine shot. He's going to go down, trying to draw a little friendly fire, maybe even.
There's only one Marine there. Just go.
More Baneling landmines. Oh, come on.
This is the best way to come back
so much. Baneling landmines are my favorite unit in the game. There's nothing more beautiful than two of those exploding.
Like, he doesn't have the skins.
Oh my god,
Wait,
oh my god.
He doesn't have the skins.
Oh my god, come on, please.
Oh, he watched that one. He saw that one.
Yeah, he did see those go down. Gonna get out of there. Armani needs to burrow more. He's gonna force so many scans out of him, though. He can't afford any of those scans. A couple.
Oh, the mutas!
No!
Okay.
2 mutas going down.
Yeah, that was close, though.
8. Okay, cancels a lot of those Banelings, which is really nice, but Armani restarts them back here. FanTaSy putting some pressure here on the base, but a Baneling rolling in. It's not enough.
It's not quite enough. This game is so close.
Armani's army supply dangerously
he needs to be
low.
He's being too indecisive. He's trading too many units for no reason. He needs to actually wait as long as possible before fighting. I like the top right-ish base, or whatever base that is. It's so far away. Oh, this is it. Maybe if we can have a Bane mine just be, you know, the most amazing thing ever.
I think that's Armani's saving grace. He needs to get some Banes burned. He needs to get something unexpected done here. Otherwise, he's going to be in a lot of trouble as he doesn't have the army supply to engage FanTaSy outright. I'm surprised.
There are a bunch of Bane mines in positions where you wouldn't expect them.
Awesome.
Like, wait, do you see that? Oh, did he just unburrow?
Those were Zerglings at the third base.
No, he just unburrowed the Bane mines over there. Yeah, those. What the hell?
Oh.
That was it. That was our saving grace.
Oh, strange play from Armani here. But again, the more time Armani has, the better, right?
So FanTaSy is not making any more mistakes, though. This is like the thing you should be doing, right? Just keep shutting down the economy while you have one.
Pressure on the 3 o'clock, rotate down to pressure on the 6 o'clock. He's doing exactly the right thing here.
You can't fight this off creep. There's no way.
Man, that base does just finish up here.
There's nothing here. There's no way you can fight this. GG, right?
Armani GG's out, and FanTaSy takes